If you enjoy watching Common Ground online, please consider making a tax-deductible donation at lptv.org. Lakeland Public Television presents Common Ground, brought to you by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and the citizens of Minnesota.
My name is Sue Lund. I am the director of the Hazel Dell Library. It's located right outside of Leader. We are way out in the country. This is a 1800s school building, and it has been since transformed into this volunteer library. We're a library that's not like your traditional library. It's all donations. All these books have been donated by companies or people. We've also got a different way of checking out books here. Here you just come in, take the books you want, write them down on a notebook, write the date, the author, the title, and then when you bring the books back, you lay them on the desk and you cross the ones you brought back. There's no time limit. We have lots of people that are snowbirds, and they come here in the fall, load up on a ton of books, take them down to Florida or wherever they go, and bring them back the next spring. One of the first things we thought of when we thought of do we charge late fees, do we have people check out books and only keep them for 2 weeks, is the fact that we are in a rural area. A lot of the kids around here, we try to promote reading, but if you're a farm kid, you're doing a lot of chores in the summertime, and you don't exactly have time to read a book in 2 weeks. Some of the kids around here are voracious readers, but we want to promote not that timeline and not that money penalty for not bringing them back. We also have videos, CDs, and VCRs. We realize that VCRs are pretty much out of date now, but we have a VCR machine for anybody that wouldn't have one anymore. We have audiobooks, magazines. There's a lot of excellent books here, just really awesome, and some of the most newest authors and some of the newest books. And then, of course, then we have some of the most oldest authors, the classics, and then we have some of the oldest books. We have a whole area of fiction, nonfiction, autobiographies, true stories, kids' books that are sorted into young adults and young children. We just have everything anyone could ever want here. We're always asking for donations, either monetary or books. With how packed everything is in here with all the books, you wouldn't think we would need not one single one more. But we're always looking to fill out that series. We're always looking for a book that's in better condition maybe, or newer than the ones that we have. And when we go through them, whatever books that we don't use, we pay it forward. Like, for instance, right now we gave the local church 6 boxes of books to sell on their garage sale. Whatever they don't use then, we'll come back here, and then we'll go through them, and then whatever we don't keep or try to sell, we give to other libraries that are doing the same thing we're doing. Well, a lot of the locals show up, quite a few. We've got a couple of groups of horse ranchers that come here, and they they take out the books all the time. And there's quite a few young people. My daughter was just here with her 2 kids that she babysits for. She brings them here just to kind of keep them busy, you know. And then you're teaching those kids something at the same time. I have one young gal that lives around here. She comes just to get away from the hubbub of her house. She comes and she sits down, she grabs a book. I don't know if she's ever checked one out. She may be grabbing the same book every time, but she just sits down for about a half an hour and reads. One thing I just absolutely love about this area is we've had so much support from everybody. There's such a wide range of different people here, and they come looking for so many different kinds of books. We have so many people around here that aren't connected to the internet, don't have the fancy new smartphones, don't have the tablets for reading. And it's just very awesome to me as a constant reader to have people come in here and check out all different kinds of books and come back, and I'll always ask them, okay, what'd you think of that one? Was that one good? Oh yeah, and you wouldn't believe how long they will go into telling me about the story, and it's like, wait, I want to read it. So it's just really neat to be able to offer this to people.
I am Ruth Boldan. I'm one of the directors of the Hazel Dell Library at Leader, Minnesota. I was not one of the first ones, well, more or less. I helped instigate the idea of having a local library because we are so far from the public libraries. But I wasn't in on the first work, being sort of a lazy person. We had a lot of people donate work. They built the shelves, collected books, and all sorts of different things. We've had people that have donated money and time, and we just can't express our appreciation enough for the people that have helped. This room in back was the woodshed for the old school, and when we got here, there was a pile of coal in there, and we had to remove that, and it had to be shoveled out, shovelful by shovelful, carried to the door. Oh, what a mess. I saved some, and when we were raising money, Shirley Feeks made little hand pouches, and I put 3 lumps of coal in each one, and I sold them. And we got $115 for those Christmas presents because there was a little note on it that said, "You thought you were good this year," you know. So that was kind of interesting. This started somewhere around 2002, probably before that, but the minutes that we have start in 2002. And it's been operating ever since. We have raised money by having rummage sales, selling Christmas coal, all sorts of different things, and we've had good donations from people. What we need is someone interested in coming and spending an hour or 2 hours, one day a week or one day a month, to have the building open. And many of the people who first worked on this have moved away. Some have died. Some are quite ill. When we first started, this was an old schoolhouse. I think it was built in the 1890s because all of the little schoolhouses around here were built about the same time, and my mother taught in one of them, and teachers used to write their name and the year they worked in the desk drawer. And my mother's signature is in the desk drawer of the museum up at Walker, Minnesota. And I know when she was married and so on, so I've figured these were all, they're carbon copies of each other. And I think that's probably when they were built. A group of us got to talking about it's so hard to get to the public libraries. We ought to have a library here. Now this is sort of out of the way, and we don't get all of the people because they are in a hurry. They go to town, they go back, and this is 2 miles off the road. So if we could possibly get a building like in the village of Leader, we would be more happy because we'd be more convenient for the people. The people that come up for the summer, they go right through Leader. And if we could be there, they could just stop in. As it is, they have to come out of their way.
But there's so much to offer right here. We'd really love to see more people. We're really hoping for someday having a bigger place to have this in. We're hoping for more people to come and enjoy this.
If you enjoy watching Common Ground online, please consider making a tax-deductible donation at lptv.org.